What's up? What's up, my peeps? I guess let's talk extreme horror. That sound good to you? So, if you're a longtime listener, you may know that I'm a fan of horror in general, but I do have a special place in my heart for extreme horror. But this can be a problem sometimes. Let's talk about the woes of a book collector. It's almost like some kind of addiction in a way, you know? I don't know at what point I became a book collector. It was sometime late in my teens that I started, amassing books. And then my homie Joe, who I met when I was 14, I was already into Stephen King, but, I was a little kid. I then dug deep into the world of extreme horror at that point, and over the years, Joe got me into a lot of different authors I probably wouldn't have heard of otherwise. And, this stuff was crazy. I'd never read anything like this. Books by authors like Jack Ketchum, Edward Lee, Brian Keene, Richard Lehman. The list could go on and on. Rath James White, Poppy Z. Bright. So, after Joe passed, I don't know, it was maybe about a month ago, his wife gave me a big box of his books, and it was really nice of her. She must have given me, all of his Edward Lee. And she told me, yeah, I've read these, and I'm only going to read them one time. That's enough. Edward Lee is certainly not for everybody. To me, Edward Lee is really funny. But, when I talk about extreme horror novels, there's really nothing you can compare this kind of stuff to. Again, not for everybody, and we're talking, super vile. Super vile. Again, a lot of it makes me laugh. Kind of like the movie The Human Centipede. Most people completely disgusted. Most people wouldn't even watch it. I think it's a good movie, and I think it's a comedy. It had to be intentionally comedic. You never see it touted as that, but it's really funny. It's really funny, or else I just have a gross sense of humor. So, I follow this subreddit called Extreme Horror Lit, where all the other weirdos like me that are into that kind of horror hang out. And I'm always keeping an eye out for new authors, even though I've been sucking at reading for a long time. I'm trying. I've got 4 books by my bed. But, I don't know. I'll get back into it eventually. But I've sure still been buying books. Well, anyway, I was in the Extreme Horror subreddit, the Extreme Horror Lit, and I saw people talking about different authors and really crazy books. So I'm taking notes, just, all right, keep an eye out for books by so-and-so. And I saw this author pop up named Judith Sonnet. And, that's going to get my attention, obviously, because you don't see the name Judith floating around too often, and that's my lady's name. So, did a little bit of digging and reading through posts about her books. Turns out she's from Salt Lake, and, I don't know if she's from there, but anyway, lives in Utah. I assume Salt Lake. And so I get looking around online. I'm like, I wonder if there's any collectible books, and there's nothing out there. So found her on Facebook and shot a message hey, I wanted to buy some books, but I figured I'd check with you if there's any signed books anywhere. You can get the basic copies on Amazon. And I had a message back that she told me, hey, no real signed books available on the internet right now other than maybe eBay, but I do have one book that I'd be willing to part with from my personal collection that Amazon banned right when I was getting it printed. There's 20 copies of it that exist, but I'll sign it and sell it to you for, it's for a book that there's only 20 copies of, and extreme horror collectors, they spend dough. They're into it. So I'm just kind of debating, all right, buy direct from the author. One of only 20 copies in the world. It's a banned book. How bad does this book have to be banned? I'm not even going to say the title of it on air. The title's, kind of bad. But like all of the craziest books I've ever read, you can buy those on Amazon. The Big Head by Edward Lee. The Girl Next Door by Jack Ketchum. Those books are crazy. Crazy. Off the rails, insane. So how bad is this book? So if it's a banned book, there was only like 20 printed. It seems like a good collectible investment, but I'm like, oh, should I spend the dough? And I don't know what to do. Christmas just happened, So should I really drop like $100 on a book? Yeah, that's a steep. I'm sure I've spent a little more than that on a book before, but not by much. That's usually like my limit, because that's a lot of money for something that I'm going to put on a shelf and not open, because you don't want to mess up the copy. You don't want to damage it any, so it's worth money down the line. So that's my early morning debate here. Do I buy a horror book that is so vile that Amazon banned it and get a copy? It could be worth some good dough down the road. Never know. Anyway, I'm very curious. Like, if it's that terrible, I've got to read it. I've got to know why. How could this be worse than The Girl Next Door? There's nothing worse than that book. Well, apparently there's got to be. Anyway, that's where I'm at this morning. That's what's happening in the world of Victor Wilt and extreme horror. Got to stop talking about myself in the third person. I don't know. It makes me feel awkward. Hey, just want to throw out a friendly reminder. Try to be a good person, a decent human being right now. My social media feed's kind of disturbing. All right, major fires going on in California. And people are being terrible. All right? I get it that a lot of people are annoyed by California for some reason, and they get annoyed by celebrities and things. But I don't see people stopping the activity of watching movies or listening to music. These people whose houses are burning to the ground, sure. Yes, multi-million-dollar mansions and things like that. Very wealthy areas burning to the ground. They're still people, okay? And they entertain you. Again, you have no problem firing up their tunes or going to see their movies or watching their TV shows. And they just lost all their stuff, all right? Try to put yourself in somebody's shoes. What if you won the lottery and you're like, all right, I'm moving to the Hollywood Hills. I don't know. Got to be some people who decide LA's the place. And then your home burns to the ground and you lose all your stuff. And you're on social media and you have all these people screaming conspiracy theories and laughing. The good old laugh react. Peaches and I were talking about this yesterday. Unfortunately, they should probably just get rid of the laugh react. It's not used near enough for just funny things. It's used to laugh at, just used to laugh at. And yeah, I don't know. I just get kind of baffled by human behavior sometimes. Even though, these folks, a lot of them very wealthy and such, again, they're still just, when it all boils down to it, just people, Try to be a little bit sympathetic, okay? Try to not be a dirtbag. And then stop with the conspiracy theories. Have you all ever heard of energy weapons? All right. You do notice that this seems to happen every year, and it gets worse and worse every year. This is why we need to battle back a little bit against the anti-science sentiment that has started spreading like a virus throughout America in the last number of years. All right? Not everything's a conspiracy. You've got 100-mile-per-hour winds knocking down power lines in an area that continuously suffers from drought, all right? When you have 100-mile-per-hour winds and a fire starts, it's going to spread very quickly. We've seen this in the hills of Pocatello. Was that energy weapons as well? Big Brother out to get us? No, it's called nature, and the planet's kind of screwed up, you know? It's also exhausting. Okay, anyway, I should find something fun to talk about. I've got a lot of friends in the radio business who live in LA and their friends' homes. You know, just normal people living in apartments. Renters losing everything. Okay, these are normal people. Everybody seems focused on celebrities and things like that. I've got friends who know people who have just lost everything. And it's sad and it's scary. You know, I'm hitting people up. Hey, did you make it out okay? Hope everything's all right. Try to be nice, okay? Try to be a decent human. As you know, if you listen every day, I've recently been playing through the Last of Us games. Made it through part 1 in like record time over the holiday break. And now currently rolling through part 2, which is a divisive game. I actually watched a short YouTube video yesterday from some guy who was talking about the upcoming season 2 of the Last of Us HBO show. And man, some people just need to shut up. Like, just because a story doesn't go in the direction you like doesn't mean it's a bad story. I will admit, shocking moments, story-wise, in The Last of Us Part 2. Completely unexpected, that game. But, you know, I started off the show talking about extreme horror and things like that. A lot of my favorite pieces of entertainment aren't just sunshine and rainbows. You know, some of the best movies I've seen, very bleak and, you know, have these unexpected moments that without these moments, what do you got for a story? The events that kick off The Last of Us Part 2 make the whole story. And I'm actually nervous that they're going to change these things in some way in the upcoming season 2 of the show. And then I don't know how they make the story happen. I guess there's really no way. There's no way they can change the events that put everything in that game into motion and still, again, have a story. So I'm excited to see what they do. And as long as they stick with the masterpiece of a story that they have in that game, I think we're going to have some very quality television that's going to be very, very well reviewed. Now, there's going to be fans that aren't familiar with what happens in The Last of Us Part 2 that I'm sure will be shocked at times during the second season of the show. But I don't know, just the takes that people have on some of these things are just so annoying. Like, I don't know, maybe I just have read too much over the years and I can recognize that when storytelling has an actual impact, it's much better than just feeding somebody something that's nice and pleasant. I think it's good to challenge people a little bit. So, April, The Last of Us Season 2, dropping on HBO. The second game's a lot longer than the first one, so I would imagine this isn't going to cover the entire second game, but I'm pretty stoked. Pretty stoked for that to drop, and hopefully they stick as close to the game as possible, because I said it online, but I don't know if I said it on air. You know, Red Dead 2, best video game of all time, without question. But I think as far as a story goes, The Last of Us 1 and 2, I think has the better story. And I really like Red Dead 1 and 2 as a story. I think it's pretty close. But maybe it's because I'm a horror fan that The Last of Us and the unpleasantness the unpleasant surprises. Like the unpleasant things that happen in Red Dead, a lot of those I would, almost predict. The Last of Us, certainly I did not predict Game 2 whatsoever. And I loved that. I loved that it was so different from most video game experiences. Because I knew, about a couple hours in, I'm like, wow, I bet a lot of people hated that. Anyway, if you haven't watched Season 1, if you haven't played the games, highly recommended. I think sadly only available on PlayStation, though. Console exclusives. There's good things and bad things about that. Was scrolling through my homies down the hall's website, eastidahonews.com. There are so many different new businesses opening up around here. You might not hear about all of them. And I like food. Oh, wait, I think most people do. Is that a bold statement? Food's good. Well, anyway, I'm always curious what new places are opening up, and I don't know why I didn't think of this, but you just go to that features section of the website and scroll down to East Idaho Eats, and they break it down. I haven't been over to this new place in Ammon, Marco's Pizza. The headline they've gotten here certainly got my attention because it says, warm Ghirardelli brownies. I mean, pizza is a pretty good selling point, but warm Ghirardelli brownies. For some reason, a brownie sound really good right now. Anyway, I'm looking at pictures of their pizza. They got this Hawaiian chicken pizza that looks delish, unless you're one of those pineapple people. I don't like pineapple on my pizza. Well, I do. I think it's delicious. This one has ham, chicken, bacon, and pineapple. A little bit of everything. Yeah, Hawaiian with the bacon on there. Looks pretty good. Cheese bread looks good too. Oh, they got white sauce pizzas. I shouldn't be looking at pictures of pizza at this hour. Too early for pizza. Anyway, if you want to check out this article about Marco's Pizza, now open in Ammon, again, just go to features at eastidahonews.com and click on East Idaho Eats. I mean, they've got article after article if you're looking for something new to try out. So, yeah, always remember, my homies at eastidahonews.com got you covered, all right? The Foo Fighters on K-Bear. Speaking of the Foos, I started a post in the K-Bear group about unpopular metal opinions. And I guess it could just be unpopular rock and metal opinions. But if you want to go leave yours, find my post. It's a picture of Lisa Simpson urging everyone to come and confess their unpopular metal opinions. Mine was Slayer has better songs than Metallica. Whoa! Bold statement, buddy. But as I thought about it, there are Slayer songs that I would absolutely say I like better than any Metallica song. It's just a fact. Mohawk Mikey posted, Nirvana has better music than the Foo Fighters. And that is an unpopular opinion, maybe? I don't know, because I agree with that. I think Nirvana has some songs that are better than any Foo Fighters song. So I'd have to agree with Mohawk Mikey on that one. I mean, the Foos are great, sure. But, I mean, Nirvana changed the world. And again, just some of the songs, I think they're better. Freak News is powered by our friends at Grease Monkey, voted Idaho's best oil change. All right, you ready? Let's go. Let's party. Okay. What did I want to begin with here? I got tons of tabs open. Way too many tabs open. Okay, let's talk about whiny dudes. You guys got to settle down, man. Seriously, get over it. You would think if you've got a wife that's making more money than you, that's good for your family. But apparently it makes dudes sad. Men are sadder when their wives earn more than them. Like, seriously, guys, unless she's like shaming you for it, you loser. Look at the amount of money you're bringing home. I'm the only one taking care of this. Okay, then I'd understand being sad if you're, again, being verbally beaten down for your poor wages, dude. But if not, like, just get over it. Be happy for your family and for her. Good for her. Getting herself into a successful career and making some good dough. Quit your crying about it. I tell you, being in the era of whiny dudes is just so annoying. It's strange, because all the guys who are the whiniest online or in the news, the ones who just all they do is whine about how picked on they are and blah, 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 and oh, look at the world. They all tout themselves as being alpha guys. Like, I'm so manly. Like, all you do is complain and cry. How is that, the epitome of what a man should be? Weak. Some guys, like, so cringy. So cringy. So, yeah, dudes. I mean, I would think back in the day, didn't they call that, my sugar mama? She's bringing home the paycheck. I mean, I would have, seen nothing wrong with, like, stay-at-home dads. I think that's great. I think it's great. But guys are, I don't know, they just can be so strange. I don't know. Anyway, what else do we have? Oh, are you cranky and angry and irritable? Yeah, maybe these whiny dudes need to get off social media. This shouldn't be breaking news that social media may be impacting your mood. I mean, there's a reason that I, block accounts and hide things. I know it's creating an echo chamber to do so, but it helps your mental health to block out, the stupid floating around in the world. So sometimes there's stuff that I'm like, oh, yeah, that's making me frustrated. And it's stupid. I'm going to ensure I don't see that again. Yeah? Sometimes I'll make posts on social media that I know will drive away some of my followers. Oh, well. They're probably posting things I don't care to see. Let's see. Rage baiting? Oh, is that what I do? Posting infuriating content to social media? I don't think so. I do not. I know I said I like to post things that drive away my followers, but that's not why I post them. If I post something, it's because I feel passionately that I need to get this message out there. And I'll do so knowing it might make people frustrated. But I stand behind what I say. I'm not rage baiting. All right? Teenage Victor Will, that was rage baiting. When I'd hang out in the Death in December message board, Jade's band, I was certainly rage baiting his fans. And it was fun. But it was harmless fun. It was like, these guys suck. Look at how tight Jade's pants are. Nice hair. That kind of stuff. All right, what else do we have here? If you were looking to get a Hawk Tuah license plate, probably going to be rejected, even if you spell it Hoktuah. Yeah, I guess a lot of the young people slang no-go, at least in Illinois, for personalized license plates. See, and I don't know what this slang means, a lot of it, so I'm not going to say it. I know we've said the word Guyat. I don't know. I'd have to ask our resident Gen Z guy, Peaches. He gets mad if I say that. All right, you're a millennial, Peaches. It's an exclamation used to express excitement or shock, especially in reaction to seeing large buttocks or a voluptuous woman. Why couldn't you put that on a license plate? Hey, I like big butts and I cannot lie. You remember that song? Nobody's bothered by that, right? Everybody's got their own taste. I think you should be able to put that on a license plate. I'm not going to review some of these others till I know what they mean. And finally, be grateful you don't live in, I don't know if the article says Memphis, but it says Germantown, Tennessee. Must be a suburb of Memphis. A homeowner was cited for putting a Santa hat on her skeleton in her yard. You know, she had one of those giant skeletons. Yeah, apparently in Memphis, you can't leave your decorations up more than 45 days. It's like, well, she made it festive. I would be like, this isn't a Halloween decoration, okay? This giant skeleton in my yard, this is going to be up year-round. This is just my yard decoration. I'm goth, and this is my skeleton. You know, just, it's been a long time since I painted my fingernails black. I don't have any black makeup, you know, to put on some black lipstick and eyeliner or something. I don't got it around. But if I had the city beating down my door because I have a sheet metal dragon on my front porch, I'd do whatever it took to stand my ground and say, no, this is not a Halloween decoration, because it isn't. That thing's up year-round. And if I had one of those, like, 10-foot skeletons, oh, yeah, it would definitely be up year-round. Without question. Too much work to put it up and take it down, and it's ridiculous and cool. That's why I'll never live in an HOA. If I want to put up something completely stupid in my yard, I want the ability to do so. Dang it. It's the Victor Wilt Show. Hey, what's up, Peaches?
Good morning.
Good morning, man. How's it going?
I had a funny dream last night that I went on stage in a Salt Lake City venue and started promoting the station. I'm like, who cares about the Salt Lake City K-Bear? We rule. Listen to us.
It would be fun to do that.
And yeah, it was pretty funny.
Very nice. Well, I hope one of these days we get the opportunity. We just have to try to get presents, which is tough. Well, I guess we don't even need that. We could just ask for stage time.
Yeah, we know the people well enough, the artists well enough. I think they would allow us to.
Yeah, we might be able to pull that off.
We should do something like that, because that would make for great social media. We bring Maddie involved with the camera.
Just, all right, you're getting in the pit down in Salt Lake. Photo pass. Here you go. Get ready for some moshing. And, yeah, take over the venue. I think it would be good. Because there's a bunch of artists that nobody from the Salt Lake radio stations are going to show up to see. And
who are they really going to try to physically move us off stage? No,
especially not if you get stage time approved by the band.
Exactly.
You know, I mean, we don't have to even outright trash them. We just go up and promote ourselves and make sure to strongly emphasize, we're from Idaho. But the Idaho K-Bear, the best.
You be the nice guy. I'll be the mean one.
That's how it goes, right? So, I started a post. We've done these posts before in the K-Bear group, but I thought it'd be fun because it's been a while about controversial or unpopular rock and metal opinions. Mine that I came up with today was Slayer has better songs than Metallica. What do you got for an unpopular rock or metal opinion?
Do I even want to share mine?
Well, why not?
I don't want another post made about me. Peach's opinion sucks or something like that.
No, this is just opinion-based.
Opinion-based. I personally don't really care for Black Sabbath all that much.
Whoa!
That's my...
that is controversial.
Because it just gets shoved down my throat every time I listen to it, rather than... I don't even listen to it in my free time. It just... Everywhere else, they're playing them.
Yeah, see, and I would listen to Sabbath over solo Ozzy any day.
See, that's my...
Any day.
I'd much rather prefer solo Ozzy way over Black Sabbath.
I mean, I like solo Ozzy. I think solo Ozzy's great, but Sabbath, just... better riffage.
Do I prefer Zakk Wylde over Tony Iommi? Yes.
Whoa! Okay, now you got to get Peaches. Now I got to get out the taser.
I'm not saying Tony's not a great guitar player and legendary and all that. I'm just saying I prefer Zakk.
Hey, man, there would be no metal without Tony.
Okay, yeah.
It's true.
Whatever.
It's true. Sabbath started metal. I don't care what anybody says.
I'm sure it was great back then, but...
Still great. Have you ever listened to...
Iron Man's good, Paranoid's good, but other than that, I'm just...
Oh, no, dude, the deep cuts.
No,
that's where it's at with Sabbath.
Actually, here we go. Dio over Ozzy and Sabbath.
Okay. All right. Now you've gone too far. No, Dio with Sabbath is, to me, it's very different. That's one of those situations where, the band, they kept it going. Ozzy left. It wasn't like, I don't know, Ozzy died, and then they were like, well, should we keep the name going so we can keep making as much money? Ozzy left. So I'm fine with them bringing in Dio. Who doesn't like Dio, right? I mean, he is a legend.
Yeah.
And from everyone I've heard, just a super nice guy. I wish I could have met Dio, for sure. Let's look through some of the listeners' controversial,
Sure. Yeah.
unpopular opinions. I agreed with Mohawk Mikey on this one. I mentioned it earlier. Nirvana is better than the Foo Fighters. Definitely.
Not even close.
Definitely.
Nah.
Without question.
Nirvana, one of those bands that just gets shoved down your throat everywhere you go.
'cause-
I'm so sick of In Bloom, it's not even funny.
Well, the Nevermind album, I don't remember what accolade it just hit, but it was like 500 months on the Billboard chart or something, like the only rock album to do that or something. People are still buying it.
I did the Today Music History for Cannonball not that long ago, where it was like Pink Floyd's The Wall, or I think it was Dark Side of the Moon, spent like over 700 weeks
Yeah.
at the top of the charts.
Yeah, dude. Another album that I think will last for at least till the end of humanity.
Another band that I really don't care for.
Oh, dude. My daughter messaged me the other day for some reason asking me what are my top 5 bands, and I ended up listing about 20. I'm like, I can't pick 5. I mean, I know my top few. You know, you'd have Tool, The Beatles, Acid Bath, 9 Inch Nails. And then when I was like, well, what's one more? Then they're all tied. They're all tied. One day it could be Devin Townsend. One day it could be Opeth. Could be Pink Floyd one day. Ghost in there. Poppy. I mean, there's so many bands.
Poppy, wow.
I would say Poppy's one of my favorite artists. I listen to a lot of Poppy. That new album, it's great. It's so good. There's only a couple songs on it that I don't like. I think it's excellent. Album of the year. I'll say it right now. Though Opeth is such a complex new album, I don't think I've listened to it enough times for it to really sink in. It's like super prog, you know. So that one could, you know, in 6 months I go back and go, Opeth was better, but I don't. And Queens of the Stone Age, their new album, it every time I listen to it gets better and better too. So I don't know. Let's see. Kenny says Anthrax is better than Slayer.
No.
I disagree, as Poppy would say.
Yeah.
I like Anthrax. I do hold a grudge against Anthrax, and that's, you know, but even musically, they do have that great song, Among the Living, which is based on Stephen King's The Stand. I like that one a lot.
I like the track Madhouse.
Madhouse is pretty good. But, hey, this might be a controversial Anthrax opinion. Anthrax was way better with John Bush on vocals than their original singer. I think that the Anthrax albums they put out in the 90s are way better than their most popular albums.
This is a great thing to talk about when the phones are not working.
Yeah.
So listeners can't call us and yell at us.
Well, listeners, if you want to participate, right now it's all online based. You need to get in the K-Bear group and post your opinions there. Let's see what else we have here. Joe says, rock stars now are pansies compared to the hair metal bands.
What?
So those bands knew how to party.
Okay. I thought they meant like they were more diva-ish now compared to back then. I'm like, come on. Motley Crue?
Yeah, I mean, I don't think that bands nowadays have the financial power to be the kind of divas they were back in the day. No, I think that people look at the hair bands and how many of those people died.
Exactly.
And they're like, maybe I shouldn't do heroin.
Same with wrestlers. I mean, everyone saw all those wrestlers from way back in the day and went, okay, maybe I shouldn't do crack, you know?
Yeah, exactly. You know, maybe the pumping myself full of insane amounts of steroids is not good.
Yeah.
And, living on painkillers.
Look at the unfortunate case of Chris Benoit, you know?
Exactly,
Roid rage
man.
and all of that.
Let's see here. Lauren is horrified and crushed about my Slayer versus Metallica opinion. And Jake says, heck, the Wiggles have better songs than Metallica. That I would disagree.
Heck, the Wiggles.
I appreciate that he used the word heck, keeping in with our boss's guidelines on language. So thank you, Jake, even though I can't go with the Wiggles over Metallica. All right?
Fruit salad's a banger, though.
And, though I said I like Slayer better than Metallica, it doesn't mean I am trashing Metallica. Metallica put on one of the best live shows I've ever seen. They have tons of songs that are classics and great. You know, you can't really beat Master of Puppets.
I got another question for you that we could save for another break.
Okay,
Yeah.
Let's save it for another break. We'll be back in just a few. Please participate online. Hopefully our phones will be fixed soon. For once, it's not Jade's fault. So I guess I can't throw it at him today. We've got Peaches in studio. Hey, where was that list of the top video games?
Rolling Stone.
The Rolling Stone. Okay, I wanted to pull that up because I was curious how this list played out.
I don't think Ocarina of Time made it into the top 10. And I think
Really?
our mutual friend Andy Matter was talking about that on stream because I shared the list with him too on Twitch. And he was like, "Where's Ocarina? Where's that?" Screaming the whole time.
All right, the 50 greatest video games of all time. I'm just going to jump down to like the top 15 and see what we got here. It's always interesting looking at these lists because they're always different. Video games that people like are subjective.
But also,
you know?
Rolling Stone is notoriously bad at making lists. They'll always go for like that niche game that nobody cares about because they want to seem cool.
Yeah, so that's why I'm wondering what we'll see in here, or if, based on my knowledge of video games, if this is a good list. Like, at 15, they've got The Witcher 3, which I haven't played, but I think that's universally known to be a fantastic video game, particularly number 3. I might have to give that a whirl one of these days. All right, the original Street Fighter 2 at number 14. Now, that was a game changer. I mean, when that came out, you would have been, 91, not born.
-5.
Right? Peaches would have been -5. I tell you what, man, when Street Fighter 2 came out, the only thing you wanted to do as a kid was be at Aladdin's Castle in the Pocatello Mall in line to play Street Fighter. I think they had more than one machine because it was so popular. There were street fighting tournaments. I remember taking part in a Street Fighter tournament at, what was it called? There was a used video game store in the mall. Fun Unlimited.
Oh, cool.
And I did okay, but yeah, I got eliminated from the competition. But Street Fighter, I don't know how many evenings were spent, me and my friends, playing that game all night on the Super Nintendo. So I think for how I don't know if we'd have modern fighting games if it wasn't for Street Fighter.
We got to think this list is best video games of all time.
Of all time. So I think it deserves to be on there.
But what exactly makes a video game the best of all time? How influential it is, how popular it is, how much money it makes?
See, to me, not how much money it makes. I'd say influential. I don't know, because there's probably influential games that also weren't fun. I mean, it's got to be a fun game. You've got to enjoy playing it. Probably a lot of different factors. I didn't look at what Rolling Stone used to determine it, but I'd say if you change the video gaming world that much, I got no problem with Street Fighter 2 being on there. Doom is the same thing. Like, there are much better first-person shooters than Doom. But that was like the OG.
I was about to say, that seems like it would be like the first one. You're like, whoa, I can walk around in a 3D space and shoot these monsters.
Because they had Wolfenstein 3D prior to that.
Oh, okay.
And Doom just kind of kicked it up, to a whole new level.
And Doom added that metal factor to it, too, didn't they? Yeah, with Mick Gordon and all of that.
Yeah, so I got no problem with Doom being on there, even though I think there's got to be, that game's, when did it come out? 93. So, that's a good 30 years old. There's definitely
32.
been more advanced first-person shooters. World of Warcraft. A game I never played because I had roommates that were addicted to it. Like, that was all they did. They lived on their computers and played World of Warcraft.
I just think of that South Park scene.
Yeah. That South Park episode, that shows how popular World of Warcraft was. I think that's another game changer.
Leroy Jenkins.
Some of the most legendary internet memes. Yeah. Even though I never played it, I bet it's really good. It's got to be with how hooked. I didn't play it because I get hooked on games. And I didn't need a game that I was going to be hooked on 24/7 because it doesn't end. At least with Red Dead, you can reach 100% and then go, okay, that was a month of real life. That was hundreds of hours. I better stop for a while. All right, number 11, Halo Combat Evolved. So that's the original Halo.
That's the first one, yeah.
So
back when I was a kid, Halo 3 was the biggest game of them all.
Dude, Halo, when that dropped, I didn't have an Xbox, but it was massive. It was massive. So I could see that being on there. Super Metroid, another game that it was hard. Mm-hmm. So like I never made it through it.
Seems like it.
It was hard. Old school games, man. Old school side scrollers, they were hard. And And I think Super Metroid was like the juiced up version of the original Metroid. Took everything to a whole new level on the Super Nintendo. So I'm cool with that being on the list. I'm not too surprised. I mean, how many games would we not have if it weren't for Metroid? There's so many of these. They have a style of games called Metroidvanias that are a combo of Castlevania and Metroid.
Oh,
It's a whole genre of video games. So, all right, I'm cool with that. Skyrim,
Great game.
great game.
My friend Wyatt, who's now no longer with us, was persuading me to get this game. He was every single day, you got to get Skyrim. I'm like, what's the hype about it? And then sure enough, I fell in love with it.
Yeah, it's one of those that once you get into it, I like games where you collect things. If you wander around and gather stuff.
Get all the cabbage from the barrels.
Yeah, I don't know why, but games where you collect stuff, like Red Dead's a
loot
collect
and shoot.
stuff game.
Good old loot and shoot.
The Last of Us, Resident Evil, you're just collecting stuff
why,
over the place.
Why wouldn't a zombie game be a loot and shoot? Because that's what's going to happen in an apocalypse. You have to go find stuff and survive.
Having to ration out your ammo, figure out different ways to kill things so you don't run out of ammo. Yeah, I could see Skyrim being on the list. Final Fantasy VII, obviously.
But see, I never got into those games. I don't know what it's all about even.
First Final Fantasy I played was, I think, Final Fantasy, I think the original on Nintendo.
How old is this series? Because that's Final Fantasy VII, and that came out what year?
Yeah,
97?
97. Let's see, Final Fantasy NES. When did that drop? The original. 1987. So I did play that game on the regular Nintendo, but the first one I really liked was Part 3 on Super Nintendo.
That's crazy. That 7 games in 10 years.
Yeah. That's how it used to be.
Right.
That's how it used to be with video games.
Before they got big.
But Final Fantasy VII, my brother got it for Christmas, and I was playing that, and it blew my mind. It's a masterpiece, Final Fantasy VII. Certainly deserves to be on the list. So far, this Rolling Stone list is pretty good, I'd say. Metal Gear Solid's another one I never played, but from what I understand about it and have read over the years, it was kind of one of the big game-changing games for stealth gameplay and things like that. I think it introduced a lot of new things that are now very common in lots of different video games. Half-Life 2 is one that I always wanted to play but never played. I don't know if it deserves to be at number 6 on the list, but I can't say because I haven't played it. So
I used to think that box looked weird when I saw it at Blockbuster back when I was a kid. Like, oh, that's a weird. It's like orange and there's it's half split.
All right, we got The Last of Us at number 5. I think most people recognize that as one of the best games of all time.
And it's funny, people are still talking about that casting for the the movie.
For the
little girl.
It's funny, I was talking with Judith about this earlier today because I watched this horrible YouTube video with the most terrible takes on the upcoming new season of Last of Us. If you are like, oh, they didn't make Ellie attractive enough in the show, you're a creep.
That's a little girl, isn't it?
Yeah, in the first game, she's 14.
Yeah.
There's some weird gamers out there. Like, if you are critiquing a TV show because the 14-year-old character is not as attractive as the one in the video game, you're a creep. All right? You need to get your head analyzed. Come on. Think, people. So I'm pretty excited for The Last of Us Season 2, and I thought that Bella Ramsey did a fine job in Season 1. She did great.
I just think that they probably wanted somebody who was more like the character.
What, a redhead?
Well,
what's the difference?
If you look at Bella Ramsey and look at the character, there's a complete...
The appearance
is a huge
different.
difference. It's like casting me to play like Wilt Chamberlain. I don't know.
They're both just young ladies. Sure, you could have, got maybe the girl from Stranger Things?
11? Or Millie Bobby Brown?
No, the redhead girl.
Oh, Max.
Yeah, I forget her name.
Yeah.
She was really good in The Whale.
Oh, yeah, really, really good.
And, having seen her performance in The Whale, I don't think she's old enough, though, to play Ellie. She just looked too young. And Bella Ramsey can be an angry character. Ellie's got a lot of rage.
Hollywood goes for that, if you look much younger than you actually are, they'll like you a lot.
Yeah, so
they'll cast you for little kids stuff.
Mario World from Super Nintendo at number 4.
But see, all these games are way before me.
Yeah.
Like Super Mario World and Metroid and Final Fantasy.
Yeah, see, and maybe you should go back and play some of these, man. Mario World,
I
man.
wouldn't experience them compared to how you would have back in those days because it's not revolutionary. It's just
That's
like,
true.
I'm playing a boomer game here. It's
Dude.
like me watching a movie from the 50s.
Yeah, when that game came out, this was back when they would have the displays that you could try the games out in the department stores. I talked about that with Mario 64, but when the Super Nintendo, the first time I saw it, because of all the different colors and Super Mario World was, you're like, oh, it can never get better than this. This is crazy. 16-bit graphics.
I just saw a whole video explaining this new computer where if you turn on this certain feature, it can do 220 frames per second.
220 frames per second.
He was showing the game Black something Wukong. Black Soldier Wukong.
Do you really even need to go past 120? Because 60 frames per second looks amazing.
I'll have to show you that video.
I'll have to check it out.
It's pretty wild.
Yeah. Grand Theft Auto 5 at number 3. I'm definitely fine with that.
One of the best games of all time when
Absolutely.
it comes to the money that it made, the story, everything.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, it was another game changer. The series Grand Theft Auto, they probably had to pick just one. Because I'd say as far as impact, Grand Theft Auto 3 completely changed gaming. But in online gaming, GTA 5 definitely changed everything.
That series is funny because you're like, you can just go around and kill people for no reason.
Well,
it made a lot of people take out their frustrations into video games,
Dude, there'd be times when I'm having a bad day. I haven't done this in a while, but back in the day, if I was feeling really cranky,
you drive on the sidewalk.
I just fire up a Grand Theft Auto and just go around and get some rage out. And I think that's what a lot of people think those games are, is just kind of mindless like violence. But no, they've got a great story. They're super fun. All kinds of different crazy missions. They are that popular for a very good reason. Now, there's a reason that GTA 6 is the most anticipated game of all time.
I'm excited for it.
I'm so excited. All right.
Number 2 is a weird one.
Wait a minute. We're in the top 15 and I ain't seen no Red Dead. No Red Dead Part 2 in the top 15?
It's not going to be number 1 either.
Okay, Tetris at number 2. Tetris is, I would say, one of the greatest games of all time.
But why is that? Why is that one of the greatest games of all time? Because
I think you just had to be there, man.
Okay, it's one of those cases. Because I was thinking, you have to put the colored bricks with the other same colored bricks. Ooh.
Super challenging, super frustrating.
Well, I can see because if you play Pawn now, it's like, okay, Pawn's just some stupid little game. But back in the day, that was the first video game.
Yeah, and when Tetris, I think when most people were introduced to it was when it came out with the Game Boy. And the Game Boy was one of those things like, oh my gosh, look it's I can play video games anywhere.
I did have a Game Boy Color, couldn't play it at night as per usual.
Yeah,
you had to get a backlight or something attached to it.
Exactly, like the big magnifying thing that would light up the screen. And I remember you told me what was at number 1, which I am fine with this being number 1 on the list.
I'm not. Screw it.
But you haven't played through it.
I don't care for Zelda.
I wouldn't have said that unless I played through it. But having played through this game last year, Breath of the Wild, Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild.
I'm so mad it's not Battletoads. That's my thing.
Battletoads. Where is Red Dead 2 on this list?
Put Control F. Try to find it.
Well, but I'm on a different page. Oh, wait, you're right.
Control F, Red Dead Redemption.
Amazingly, they have all of them on one page here. So, Oh, it was at number 16. I started at 15. Okay, Red Dead Redemption 2 is better. Okay, I can't say I haven't played The Witcher. It's better than Street Fighter. It's better than Doom. It's better than World of Warcraft. It's better than Halo. It's better than Metroid.
But you got to think about this.
It's better than Skyrim.
You're like comparing athletes from different eras. You can't compare Bob Cousy to somebody from the modern age because it was an entirely different game.
Yeah, but they have Breath of the Wild at number 1. And they got The Last of Us in there. And, I actually mentioned earlier on the show, The Last of Us, I think, has a better
Tetris
story.
also at number 2?
I don't think I'd put Tetris at number 2.
They just did that for the old people, I think.
No. Again, it was one of them game changers.
Like Minecraft's not on there, the most
and
bought
people
and sold video game of all time.
Yeah, I bet
beat Tetris.
Minecraft's got to be in the top 20, right?
Try searching
for it.
I would assume.
No? All right, yeah, the Rolling Stone list's a little funky.
Again,
But, I
Rolling
mean,
Stone
people
known
are-
for their bad lists.
People are, there was the kid last year who beat Tetris for the first time, 30 years later or whatever, or even longer than that, 40 years later. It's still a part of pop culture, which is kind of crazy. Minecraft at 28. And is that the best-selling game of all time, or is it GTA 5?
I think it's Minecraft. I think it's Minecraft, Tetris, GTA 5.
Let's have a look here. Best-selling
Or
video game
It might
of
actually be
all time.
Tetris, Minecraft, GTA 5.
Best-selling game, Minecraft, ahead of GTA 5. And then Wii Sports at number 3. Crazy enough. PUBG, Mario Kart 8.
Well, Wii Sports came with everybody's Wii, didn't it?
Yeah, it did. That's not really fair.
Right.
Yeah, they shouldn't count that. And amazing, I wouldn't think Red Dead Part 2 would be so high on the list, but it's number 6. If you count Wii Sports. So number 5 if you don't count Wii Sports. That's pretty good. That's pretty good.
I mean, Minecraft, best-selling video game of all time. It's simple. Everybody loves it.
I mean, I don't like it. I've played it.
You've barely played it, though.
I've played it enough to know, and you would think as somebody who likes games where you collect stuff that I'd like it, but I just couldn't get into it. I gave it many shots with the kids, and it just wasn't my thing. And I think it was all these other games, before your time, that was one that was just kind of after my time or something.
What would you say, then, are the your three best video games of all time? I gotta go Minecraft, Fortnite, and
Can I do 5?
GTA 5, I think. No, Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2, the first one, revolutionary. One of the biggest shooters out there.
I don't know if I could pick 3. I could pick 4, but I don't know about 3. I mean, Red Dead 2, I'd put it number 1.
Best all time. You're saying RDR2.
All time.
Okay.
RDR2, number 1. Number 2 is it's really close between GTA 5 and I want to say The Last of Us 1 plus 2. Last of Us 2 is better than Part 1. I don't care what anybody says. It is light years better than Part 1. Part 1's a masterpiece. So I'd kind of count those as one game because it's one big story. Okay. Breath of the Wild I'd put in there too. I don't know, Peaches. There's so many good video games. It's really hard to say. Red Dead 2, GTA 5, The Last of Us 1 and 2, Breath of the Wild. And it's funny because these are all newer games. I would have thought I'd go with older games. I'll wrap up the list with that, but Earthbound. I don't
Super Meat Boy.
Super Meat Boy, sure. Man, I love video games. All right. That was a long break, everybody. Thank you for sticking with us.
I'm hearing them screaming at us right now. They need to play more music and less talk.
I know they can't call us and tell us to shut up.
Right.
It's kind of nice. So we'll be back.
Say it to our face.
Please don't come down here and say it to our face. Leave us alone. It's been a long week. Sorry, buddy.
Did you get better sleep?
A tiny bit. I ended up taking an antihistamine at about 8:30 because I was like, all right, I'm not going to do this again.
Knock
I
yourself
am
out.
going to sleep. And it still took a while, but I didn't fall asleep at like 11 or midnight. I don't know what time. I'm guessing 9:30 or 10, but that's better.
I still get that 20-minute power nap, and then I'm awake for hours.
Oh, see, thankfully, power naps don't work for me. If I take a nap.
That's not supposed to be a power nap. It was just supposed to be bed.
Oh, okay. All right. Yeah, see, I don't have that problem. If I do get to sleep, then I'm out, as evidenced by that one day a couple weeks ago. But, yeah, I don't know what the deal's been. It's not like I'm stressed out or something.
Well, you should be.
Why?
Because you need to be stressed out.
No, dude, you gotta, take a deep breath and take it
You're a
easy.
40-year-old man. What's life without stress?
It's great. No, I still have stress, but I've learned some coping mechanisms over the years. Sometimes you got to go talk to some people and
That
learn
is
some
a
coping mechanisms.
Good thing to do.
Yeah, dude, if you're struggling,
That way you don't freak out, man.
there's help out there, everybody. There's help out there. Nothing to be ashamed of. It's manly to get help, all right? Because then you can keep yourself together. You don't fall apart. So, yeah, today so far a much better day. I didn't have to delete the first hour of my show because it was just
You
disaster.
probably should have anyway.
No, it was pretty. It was pretty all right. It was pretty all right today. Yeah, just been talking about nice, cheery things like good video games and L.A. burning to the ground. No,
I was just checking the map on that. And like, yep, I'm pretty sure a couple people I know that don't have homes anymore.
Yeah.
Which is devastating.
It's terrible, dude. We know a lot of people in the industry too, and a lot of people that have had to evacuate. A lot of people I've seen that have friends that have lost their homes they have no idea if their home's still there. And that's why earlier I just encouraged people to not be turds in comment sections. It's messed up. I guarantee there are people around here who have friends and family affected by this. And when I see people doing the laugh react, it's what you get for being liberal. It's like,
if it was your house, that's what I would do.
Well, okay, Jade's house, and he just lost everything.
Well, that's only between me and you.
Yeah, dude.
Because we're buds.
Exactly. We can make fun of each other because we know what each other can take, which is a lot from each other.
Or what we need sometimes.
I think as far as putting up with somebody, you've put up with about the most crap from me that anybody else has. For the most part. Shame. So, yeah, I hope that everybody's friends and family are doing okay. And, just try to have a little empathy for people. Just because these are, fancy houses and things in some of these areas. There's people's apartments burning down, okay? Yep. Just normal people like us, all right? Be nice. So, Jade, we've got a fairly popular post rolling on the K-Bear group here.
Is it talking about my awesomeness?
No, that would not be a popular post. That'd be
I'd go like it.
Be a angry react.
that angry react, or the laugh emoji that you were talking about earlier?
Yeah, Jade Davis is good. That's hilarious. No, it's about controversial rock and metal opinions. Mine that I used to start the post was Slayer has better songs than Metallica. And
I don't think so, but I'm not really a Slayer fan. I'm not really a Metallica fan either, though.
See, and I'm not a huge Metallica fan, but I got thinking about, okay, this has to be a hot take, and there are Slayer songs that I like better than any Metallica song. Kind of overall, they both are great live, lots of fun. Metallica's obviously more legendary.
Maybe it's just the refinement of Metallica because it's just more clear, I guess, and Slayer has this mushy sound to him.
Yeah, and Slayer used to be my go-to for all right, I'm going to get pumped up before a show. I'd throw on that Rain in Blood album. It's 27 minutes, 10 songs, just and it was great for getting pumped up before a show. So, and I don't think I ever, because I couldn't afford it, was able to get into the pit at a Metallica show. And boy, have I had the crap beat out of me many times at a Slayer show. I've got some great memories of pain and suffering. So what do you got for a hot take, Jade, in the world of rock and metal? While you think about it, let me give you some of these other examples.
Okay.
Mohawk Mikey said, Nirvana has better music than the Foos, and I agreed.
Ooh, that
I think it's a hot take.
That was tough.
It's a tough one. But I like more. There are Nirvana songs I like better than any Foo Fighters song.
Nirvana hit me at the time in life that was very crucial.
Exactly.
So
that's
it has
probably
more
part of
impact for me. Mm-hmm. But the Foo, they have very well-written songs as well.
Oh, for sure. This isn't a bash on the Foos.
Yeah.
But if I had to go with one, if I was going to throw on an album.
Oh, yeah, it'd be Nirvana for me.
Okay. Let's see. Red Ed says Poison should not be played on any rock station. I think there's a place for Poison.
There's a couple songs.
Yeah, there's a place for. Do we play Poison on Cannonball? I think we do.
Yeah, that Unskinny Bump, whatever Unskinny means.
Do we got every rose?
I don't think that one's on Cannonball because it's not fun.
It's not very fun.
It's not a fun song. Cannonball's supposed to be fun.
But shout out to Brett Michaels. Super nice guy.
He is very nice.
Anyone who says the Reptilians are a great band, he's a great human being.
And what's their guitarist? Why did his name just leave me?
Oh, from Poison?
Yeah.
CC DeVille?
Yeah, he was super awesome too.
I don't know if I met him. But I've met Brett a couple times, and he was
we did
always
a little dirt
great.
bike riding together, and he was a crazy person.
Yeah.
And then I got yelled at. It's like, you allowed him on a dirt bike before he's supposed to play a show? Why did he break his hand? Like, I'm sorry. I can't tell CC no.
Yeah, well, no kidding. I'm going to tell the headlining band, no, you don't do that. Don't do that. Let's see. Okay, how about Anthrax is better than Slayer, according to Kenny? I would highly disagree with that. I mean, Anthrax for me is at the bottom of the big four.
That's why they played first.
And I've got a grudge against Anthrax from when
However,
they played
it was
here.
really fun getting up to Ian and be like, it's selfie time!
Oh, yeah.
When we ran into him in Vegas.
Me and Jade had fun taking pictures with
He was
Scotty. And
not happy.
he didn't like me and Jade's enthusiasm for the evening.
We didn't even wait for him to say, okay. We just barreled in there and snapped a few photos.
Yeah, it was funny. There was this, Anthrax had this room, it was like this, some kind of suite that they were having a party at.
In a part of the casino I'd never seen before. It was interesting.
And I heard
It's like a bunker.
I heard that there was a record rep who, passed out at the Anthrax
Yeah, I
party and,
remember that.
puked all over the couch or the bed or something. That's a bad day.
It's a bad day.
Ooh, Aaron says Queen is overrated and played too much. I don't know how you could say Queen's overrated.
Some of their songs do suck,
Some songs do.
but others are way better than anything that'll be written in a lot of other music.
Well, and if you haven't done so, throw on a Queen album, because they're one of those bands I tend to have only heard their radio hits, but I've thrown on an album here and there, and they've got some surprisingly really good, deep cuts.
Yeah.
You know?
And some really bad ones.
And some really bad ones. But I don't know if I could call them overrated. Let's see. There hasn't been a good band against politics. I don't know if I'd call these guys against politics. Maybe. Since Rage Against the Machine. System of a Down is a very political band, and I think they're good.
And that's the same time frame as Rage, though.
Now, they were later. That was like late 90s. Rage was early 90s. So, they were since Rage Against the Machine.
Well,
What about Stray from the Path? They're not big, but they're good. Yeah.
how about the little country guy that came out?
The little country guy that came out.
That's not a hit. He won't ever do anything. The TikTok country guy. What was his name?
What? Why can't I think of that guy's name?
I can't even think of his song now.
That's something about north of Virginia?
Yeah.
What is that guy's? Why can't we remember that guy's name? We've talked about him.
a lot. That was decent.
That was political, and it was definitely popular. That's going to drive me crazy. What's that stupid guy's name? It's Rich Men, north of Richmond. Oliver Anthony.
There we go.
Jeez.
Not necessarily my bag, but
Yeah.
it was well written and well received. I would say that would be.
And I liked that he puts this song out, and, one side of politics was immediate to embrace it. And then he was in the news like, hey, I'm talking about you. So I turned around on him. I'm like, all right, because I only saw the one side sharing the story. I'm like, another one of these Aaron Lewis guys. And then he went right out and was just like, no, I'm talking about you. Like, all right, he's
That
all
was
right.
partly why I was like, that guy was all right.
Yeah. What else do we got? Well, actually, we got to take a break is what we got to do. So,
Yep.
All right, we'll give you a little time if you want to call in. Oh, yeah, you can call
I can't
me.
call in.
You
Well,
got
I
a
can
cell phone.
I can call from my office because
Yeah.
the internal office network still works.
That's right. But can you call the hotline?
I haven't tried.
Yeah, that's a good question because they're sort of connected.
Yeah.
Well, if you think of a hot take, we'd like Jade Davis's hot take. And you listeners, keep posting yours in the K-Bear 101 Idaho Rock and Metal group on Facebook. We'll be back. 9 Inch Nails and Closer. If you're my age, which, contrary to what Jade might say, I'm not that old. I'm going to say 40's the new 30 or something. But anyway, if you remember when that music video came out, holy cow, it was mind-blowing. I don't know how old I was, I don't remember, but I saw that video and was like, wow, this is insane. And fell in love with 9 Inch Nails. Which all should do. If you haven't dug into their catalog, what are you doing? Come on. Pull up the Downward Spiral. Listen to it start to finish. Listen to The Fragile, start to finish. Both albums, 10 out of 10. Masterpieces. All right. What's going on here? Just scroll my Facebook feed. I talked about this earlier, probably multiple times today, but the amount of just negativity and unnecessary hate that I'm seeing today is pretty disappointing. I guarantee, like Jade and I talked about, everybody around here, not everybody maybe, but a lot of people around here have family and friends that might be affected by these fires in LA. Don't be a jerk, okay? Post after post, you go into the comments and there's people, screw these celebrities. They got, plenty of money. It's not just celebrities that are suffering. And even if you're a celebrity, imagine losing everything you own. All of those sentimental things, from your kids and from, relatives and whatever's important to you. All of those things you've got at your house that are just so important to you. Imagine it's just all gone. Have a little sympathy for people. And then you're not being helpful by spreading conspiracy theories either. I don't know how many posts I've seen. Well, it's all the people who are going to benefit from this who are starting these fires. Please go take some kind of a science class or something, all right? Energy weapons. Give me a break, people. Okay? Settle down. Just because you saw it on the Alex Jones show doesn't mean it's reality. And actually, if you saw it there, it probably isn't. Okay? Didn't they yank that guy off of his, platform? Didn't it get bought out by The Onion? Seems like I still see his big dumb head popping up, spreading propaganda. Anyway.
I just heard you scream Alex Jones from the Cannonball studio. I was like, okay, Victor's on something right now.
Nah, I'm just reading more conspiracy theories online. And, why would someone tune in to that kind of show and just accept it as reality? I just don't understand why people don't fact check information.
Before, he was like the weird uncle that you enjoyed watching because he was so outlandish, and now you're like, okay, he's going a little too far.
Well, and the problem is that people believe it, and they don't look at. They're like, well, he predicted blah blah blah. All he does is predict things.
Well, everybody has that one wacko in their family, right?
Yeah, he throws out so many predictions that every once in a while, one of those predictions will happen, and then that's all everybody that likes him focuses on.
Wasn't there some old blind lady that was talking about her predictions for this year too, talking about how we'll meet with the aliens and stuff?
Yeah, there's been plenty of recent Nostradamus in the news.
It was like an older blind lady that's like, I can see what's going to happen.
There's a few around the world that have thrown out predictions, but yeah, I mean, it's sad that the term fact check has become some kind of divisive thing. It's just about showing people reality. If you don't want to accept reality, that's fine. You can put your head in the sand and believe whatever you want. But facts should not be something that is an argument, okay? Peaches, have you ever heard of Gravity?
No.
Okay.
Name 3 songs.
I mean, I guess there are people who think the world is flat too, but I just wish people knew how to do actual research. Watching a YouTube video is not doing research, okay? Reading Facebook comments and Twitter posts is not research.
I call Moist Critical very reliable when it comes to...
Yeah. Sadly, even watching the news anymore, that's not doing research. What you got to do is go to the story links that the news, originally got the story from before they shaped it to fit their audience, and read the whole story. But there's plenty of people who think that the originators of stories are propagandists too, so I don't know. It's just exhausting. Just exhausting.
Yeah, the internet sucks now.
And it's not helpful to people who are dealing with this stuff to throw conspiracy theories at them.
Right.
Nobody wants to be sitting around after their house burnt to the ground being, well, who did it? The government with their energy weapon. Like, you're not helping these people, okay? You're not helping anything. Send $1 or something. Do something.
Well, if you were a billionaire in charge, wouldn't you mess with people? Wouldn't you build with some giant gun or something like that as a joke? I'm messing.
Yeah.
No, like, wouldn't you like start building a bunker? You'd be like, I'm preparing, and they're like, what are you preparing for? Nothing. I just wanted to make a bunker.
And then you just come out like Zuckerberg and deny it's a bunker?
Right. Yeah.
It's not a bunker. It's a basement.
Yeah. It's 6 levels underground.
It's just a big basement.
Right.
It's awesome. It's the Victor Welch Show with Peaches. And hold on.
What happened there?
It just didn't stop.
Oh.
Yeah. Note to Jade. Buttons aren't working.
Add that to the list. The never-ending list, Jade.
Hey, Jade. Jade's broken. Come on, Jade. Fix it.
Jade sabotaging traffic school.
Yeah, he didn't want me to be able to take calls.
Right.
It's all his fault. Phone lines are probably going to be down through Monday, everybody. Just a heads up. So for traffic school tomorrow, what I'm going to do is go live on Facebook. If I have enough time to set it up, maybe I'll do Facebook and YouTube, and I'll try to multi-stream, but at least on Facebook. So you can post your questions there. I'm going to go make a thread for today to build up a pile of questions, but we'll do live video on there.
I can help you out with that. I can send you some stuff.
Sure. Yeah, just post it in the old thread. We'll make that nice spot for those questions.
Don't forget, we also have the K-Bear 101 Discord, where you can also put your traffic school questions, too.
Yeah, I never open that because it causes me problems trying to deal with OBS. So I just always shut it down immediately.
You're right. Yeah, it's been messing with the cameras.
Yeah, and I'll hear a weird ding out of nowhere.
The
and
notification.
I'm like, oh, what's the problem.
Yeah, right.
So, I mean, you can use the Discord, but if you actually want me to get your message, I would not do that. I would email me or shoot me a Facebook message or an Instagram message or whatever. Probably those two.
Gee, wouldn't it be great if we had a text line?
It would be great, but it wouldn't work right now, Peaches, because our phones don't work. So we'd be out of commission on that too. So we're back to the old days. You send us an email, people. Victor at KBear. Sorry. Well, that one does work. Victor at KBear.fm, but Victor at riverbendmediagroup.com.
Longest email ever.
It's pretty long, but it's easy to remember. riverbendmediagroup.com. And my name is spelled with a K.
Yeah, they put my first name too on mine, and it's Brendan, Brenden. Even that one guy that made a post about me completely butchered my name. He put like Brandon, which I don't think I've met a Brandon.
I don't know if I've met a Brandon. Plenty of Brandons.
Right, yeah.
But not an N. Anyway, everybody, tomorrow traffic school looking like it's going to be based online as far as getting our content goes. So if you have any questions that come right to mind, I'm going to make that post here in a second. Otherwise, it would be even more fun if you join us on the live video stream and ask your questions in real time. So we're going to get out of here. Peaches and I will be back at noon for the noon hour of Madness and Mayhem powered by Jalisco's. And now we'll play the Bloody Wood and Baby Metal song, Back Off. Thank you again for tuning in to the Victor Welch Show. This program is a production of Riverbend Media Group. To contact the show or for more information, hit us up at riverbendmediagroup.com.